What is up, everyone? It's your boy Zach here, friendly neighborhood educator. Wanted to talk a little bit today about fixing the education problem in this country. Now, it applies to the whole world, but I'm starting small with just this country. And I think most people would agree that there's stuff that's not taught in school. In fact, some of the most important lessons we learn in life aren't taught in school. And I think, in short, the solution really revolves around how do we identify our core interest, connect that to a potential career or path or something that we could do to support ourselves and those people around us, and build up something that is a win-win-win for everyone, us, the people we're serving, and the planet as a whole. So for those of you who have found me through this channel through JavaScript and coding and programming or the WordPress world, that's awesome. I'm so glad to still be in touch with a lot of you, and I'm so glad that a lot of my resources, courses, and books have still been helpful. But as you may know, I've also shifted direction and focus. So I wanted to talk about that for a second. Teaching for me has always been about the act and the art of teaching and building people up more than it has been the content. So I've taught everything from history to politics to religion and spirituality to web design to programming, robotics, and so many things in between. And it's always been finding a niche where I could serve and excel and going 100% all in that. So since my time kind of in the WordPress and coding space, I had a lot of time and opportunity to coach people on life in general, the spiritual stuff, the passions, the building. And as I was doing that, I was also learning about how to grow big business. Now, I've always had the opportunity to grow a lot of six-figure successful companies, but never seven, never eight-figure. And so I've been hard at the art of studying that. If you've seen some of my recent videos studying with Grant Cardone and Cardone Ventures, Brandon Dawson, that's been a huge aid to that. And as I built up all of that, I realized that kind of my one-on-one coaching, the life coaching, the spiritual coaching, that wasn't going to get us to that bigger goal. So over the last year, I've partnered with my fiance, Kate. As you can see her, she's one of the leading college coaches in the country. She needed help growing her business. And what started off as just helping her grow, set up systems, set up sales cycles, set up marketing, do all of these things that I know and I've been learning at a next level. I've realized that this is so cool because this is a vehicle that could grow. And that's one of the things I wanted to harp on as a business lesson is you've got to find a vehicle. I've met thousands of students, thousands of people that have cool ideas, but not all of these ideas, if they put all their energy into them, are they going to pay back in the way that is worth it for the amount of time and energy and money that goes into it, right? So what I love about this vehicle that I'm in now, which started as helping Kate grow her college coaching business, is now it's branching and we have a really robust and fast growing college prep service, right? So one of the things we want to do in business is find what's our core offering and then how can we potentially expand into related offerings, right? So with the WordPress world, it was spinning off and, I could build this niche of JavaScript. Within JavaScript, I could build this niche of the headless stuff and the beginner JavaScript people, the people within WordPress, the people without, right? So if you are someone who is kind of trying to pick up those business tips, I would suggest looking at, is this vehicle right for you? Now, I also want to talk about solving the education problem. What's cool about this is that the college prep service does an amazing job. We could start as young as like 10 or 12 and work all the way up till you're applying to college. And we know how to engineer a profile that one stands out to colleges, which some of them are in single digit admission rates. It's almost doubling in difficulty if you're not following the US college world. It's nutso. So many people applying, so few spaces open. So we've come up with this really amazing way to engineer a student's profile so that they could stand out to colleges. What's even better about this is that it's also helping them become more engaged in life, right? Doing things that matter to them and learning how to take their soft skills and hard skills and networks way higher. And what's beginning to dawn on both of us is that we could take the same model, apply it to homeschooling people, apply it to really anybody, regardless of if if college is your end goal or not. I know for a lot of people in the tech space, I've actually coached people not to go to college and help them build successful careers without it. So even though we're in a college coaching business, that's not our long-term goal, right? The long-term goal is solving the education problem, which, as I said, I would identify as not connecting with students' true passions and interests and putting all the energy into helping them develop those, but not in just a way of, oh, I just want to paint and so I could go off and paint. When I was going into college, I wanted to attend Naropa University. It was set up by Buddhist monks, Tibetan monks out in Boulder. And I had a deep interest in Buddhism. Later in my life, I ended up spending a lot of time in Buddhist temples. And my dad's like, no way are we sending you off to college to just do spiritual studies. There's not going to be the return on the amount of energy and effort and money that would go into that. And I don't feel we're setting you up in life, They were not against me learning spiritually, always encouraged that, but is it a good life path, right? So this is my goal. I want to help solve the education problem. We're in a vehicle that we could expand to do that. And, this is really just to kind of share as we go along and we're growing what the goals are. What started as just getting kids into the top colleges, expanded into helping prepare them for it, is expanding that into how can we help more students that aren't just college aligned, and even those who are. So what I wanted to kind of throw out as a call to action for those that are listening, if you like hearing about the business tips, education stuff, awesome. I probably won't be putting out JavaScript content anymore. There's tons of people that are doing that. AI is doing really interesting things with that. But I am continuing to set forward on this path for education, right? So what I'm really curious about are people in your lives that you know of that have interest in education, that are really trying to solve these deeper problems. I've met people that are building their own schools. I've met people that have their own small businesses, but I haven't met too many people that are trying to pull everything together in a system that's big enough to solve a whole national problem or a global problem. So I'd love if any of you watching have people that that are inspiring educators. Maybe it is within the coding space, maybe it's in the larger world, maybe it's schools. I'd love to get put in touch with these people. I'm going to be I've already recorded a show called Parent Heroes, people that I think are heroes to parents or parents that are heroes to others, that are helping inspire their kids, guide their kids, pulling up this next generation. And so I'd love to get in touch with people that are either helping solve this in a big way or just really inspiring parents that you think on a small scale are helping their kids overcome some of the problems that maybe a traditional education system isn't solving. So expect more content to come. I'm really excited about this. Wanted to share this quick update. Hope all of you are doing well. If this video in any way gives you some positive vibes, some inspiration, give it a thumbs up. If you want to hear more of what's coming, please go ahead and subscribe. I look forward to being in touch. Have a great day, everyone. Talk to you soon. Peace.